You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Hi, I'm Zach Waters, and welcome to another episode of WTF-STOP Photo Talk, where I chat to photographers about their life and connection to the world through photography. It's been a long time coming, but I'm really delighted to eventually catch up with photojournalist and filmmaker Barry Lewis, who is currently out there on the streets creating a new body of work, which I found out in our chat was entitled Intersection. In brief, early on in his career, he was staff photographer at Vogue magazine. His work for National Geographic and Life magazine. In 1981, he co-founded Network Photographers. He won the World Press for his Romania After the Revolution series. He's published over 10 books and zines, and in particular, his two Cafe Roll books entitled Albania in Isolation in 1990 and Albania in Transition in 1991 are my all-time favourite Cafe Roll books. The work is, for me, stupendous. It's beautiful. It's got everything as far as I'm concerned. Get a chance, you can go on Barry's website or the Cafe Roll book website and check him out. So I've been talking to Barry for a while about coming out and catching him working on the streets. And eventually, I knew he was out in London. I knew he was in Soho. So I thought, I'm going to go and find him. So I went out looking for him, and I found him. So I'm on the junction of Old Compton Street and Fifth Street, and I'm walking around Soho, looking for the elusive Barry Lewis, but I think he's just spotted me. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
Would you go on a coffee?
No, I'm fine for now, actually.
Okay.
Who are you with?
This guy I'm going to do next. So
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. I'm with Barry as well.
All right. How's it going?
Well, not too good. I've had a lot of technical stuff. Has he just photographed you?
Not as yet. Not yet. To. He's getting a coffee.
Are you his assistant?
I'm Mike. I'm working with Barry.
I thought you might be. What's your name?
Mike.
I'm Zach.
Zach. Got it. Okay.
So as I met Barry, he was in the middle of photographing somebody for the project, and he was just about to go into the coffee shop to buy coffee for the person he was photographing for him and his assistant Mike. And as he was walking into the coffee shop, he pointed over towards Mike, and I headed for him and I asked him some questions.
My name's Mike. I've known Barry for years. We were at university together. A couple of years, about 18 months ago, he got in touch and said, did I want to give him a hand working on his current project, which was going to be meeting up with random strangers somewhere in London, and he was going to attempt to put together a series of portraits that ultimately would go into a book, providing the funding was going to be available. So the nature of the project was to explore how people interacted in London, and just to determine something about the character of their lives, why they were where they were, how they felt about living in London, whether there had been any changes that they'd noticed either in a short or a long term, that kind of thing. And it's just gone on from there. And it's been Barry to determine the locations. We happen to be in Soho today, but it could be in Highbury, it could be in Hackney, it could be in Spitalfields Market, it could be anywhere.
Are there any particular people Barry's looking out for? Is there sort of any? I'll say that again. Are there any particular people you're looking out for?
That's a good question, because the nature of what we do is we stand and we look around and we suggest to each other whom we might choose as a possible subject for a portrait. And I think if there's a criteria that we bring to the decision, it's basically who is going to look interesting as a portrait subject, and then you get into the question about what does interesting mean. But that's a whole other discussion.
Who's going to make a picture?
Yeah.
How does it normally work?
It normally works that probably maybe sort of 3 to 4 to 1. Barry will make the choice, and then he will, for the most part, it's him that makes the approach. He suggests, he goes along with his. It's a little sort of promotional card that shows that the work that he's done already, and it explains the nature of the project, that ultimately it could end up in a book, and the trade-off is that the subject or potential subject is going to get a free picture, and for the most part they say yes.
And that's this card on the table, aren't
Yeah.
we? I must say we're actually sitting outside Nero on Frith Street at the minute. Where is Barry now? Is he warming the streets?
Barry's there now.
Right, now he's picked up a subject, hasn't he?
Yes.
Here we go.
Who happens to be a singer.
To just about any situation would also feel,
So I'm moving over to towards where Barry is now with somebody. I think he's already taken his picture, but they're both sitting down having a coffee, and Barry's just sort of taking photographs and chatting with him. We're going to jump in on it.
well, whatever.
I think. See, what I found is when I was I used to do most of my photography was on the street, and I found that I was never talking to people. I was always kind of like a hunter.
Yeah.
And you could make great pictures, but you never saw them again. And depending on the context, can change everything.
Well, again, you don't. If you don't know who you're photographing and what that, once you've looked at it, you don't know who you've got. And it could be boom or bust, couldn't it? You might have caught that moment that.
Yeah. But a lot of it's about the moment rather than the person.
But that's what I mean. It's that catching someone in the act of doing something completely ordinary but looking amazing. It's and then you get that in London because we're really lucky. It's London will eat you up. It'll eat you up if you let it, but it will also, embrace you like this place does. I came up here specifically to come and sit here and have a coffee. I'd gone to meet somebody in Holborn, and I thought, I'm going to go and have a Soho coffee, and
Never know what's going to happen. That's nice.
but I knew I was going to sit right here and enjoy it. That's the thing,
Can you swing the chair around a little bit? Sorry, round that way a bit more. Round, that's it, even more. It's just so I can get the street in the background rather than that's it, that's better, then I can get the street.
So I'm just backing off now, and he's just rearranged his subject he's going to take. So I think it's just like this constant engagement. I guess when he sees somebody, he'll get him into his little bubble, and he'd work them, and he's just like a good pro, That's what pros do. We try to keep them as long as we can, work in their bubble. I think he's probably got his shot off the street earlier, and now he's just sort of interacting with them. I think that's part of it, isn't it? That's Mike.
I don't know what time it is.
He's getting the story. He's writing the story down. I'm going to jump back in.
What's that?
It's a medal. It's that right. So, Lamb of God.
Yeah.
And I think that's a confirmation medal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Buddhist. I was brought up a Catholic, but I had the chain, didn't have a watch. It works.
So you still Buddhist?
Yeah. Namyo Horengekyo. Yeah, chanting Buddhists.
You're not chanting for money. It's not one of those.
It's chanting. You chant for whatever it is that you need in order to raise your life. And if it's money, then that money is going to be used in a way that is going to raise your life and raise the lives of those around you. If you just want money for money, yeah, you can chant for that if you want. It's not going to bring you happiness or fulfillment. But if that,
it's a focusing thing, the chanting.
Right, so Namyoho Renge-kyo, basically it is that you give your life over to the wonderful law of cause and effect. Yeah. So you go, right, show me the path and I'll follow it. And by that sort of exchange with the universe, every time you take a right step, the chanting and the things that come to you are an indication that you're actually walking along the right path. So it's like a proof of practice. So yeah, you can chant for money if that is what
Barry's still shooting
is going to happen.
Sort of engrossed in the conversation, but I think he's casually just snapping away while he's talking to this guy. I remember this guy's a complete stranger. I think obviously Barry's
really
got characters
that
interesting
material side of
this
things.
guy's got
I use it to remind me
combats on the waistcoat and a red and white spotty tie.
and that,
He looks good actually,
especially in current climate,
but I can see the attraction.
when other people can't find their centre.
With Barry
Being a
White,
Buddhist as well,
actually,
you're gifted with this double-edged
he's
sword
getting his money's worth
of being able to
talking.
self-audit, but also be able to see just behind the kind of the veil of what other people are throwing out. So you have to, you can see someone's unhappy, but they're still being a see you next Tuesday. The responsible Buddhist thing to do is to see that and try. I mean, you don't have to be, you don't have to kind of, roll over and let them. No, it's not. Buddhism is not about being all meek and holier than that. No, it's actually about respect and about rising up to meet everybody as if they were yourself.
So what started as a simple portrait session on the street where Barry ended up as a very long and in-depth conversation sitting outside the coffee shop with his subject, and Barry was still taking pictures, and it just went on for ages. And Barry was really immersed in interacting and just finding out and talking to this chap. So I'll just let it ride out, and then I managed to start chatting to Barry about his project.
If two of us are going with that, they're going to be more scared than if... One of the things I've found is just showing them a few pictures from the thing I'm doing is they usually say yes, because they look nice. Did I give you a card?
I don't think I can carry much else with me. It's not
Heavy. You don't have to. I'll tell you what,
I've seen them. One was on the table.
that one. Yeah.
I've
So
seen what
that's
you've
the thing that's my entry point.
Yeah.
So I'm not actually going straight up to them with the camera. Now I might have the camera on my shoulder, but this is unusual for me to handheld. It's just I wanted to get in that corner and get...
What do you normally do? Do you just sort of tripod up and then
Tripod up.
to see you?
No, not with the big camera. Yeah, people will come, but often Mike will stay by the camera and tripod, and I'll just go into the crowd.
I thought you were shooting this on a 5.4.
I started half of it's on 5.4, but what's happened is it bust during the funeral, and it's really hard to get the parts. It's insured, but I'm so loving this. I don't think I'm ever going to go back.
Well, I noticed when you were talking to that last chap, there was freedom there. You sort of had him in your bubble, and you were working and you were getting more images.
Yeah, loads more to choose from. Because when he's talking, he was doing that, which fitted with him being Buddhist. I don't know, So on the 5.4, I was only shooting 2 pictures, usually, either side. Sometimes more if it was a cert. But it's £6 a shot. I was processing at home. I'm then scanning it onto the Imicon, spotting. So as well as costing a lot, every day's work was about at least 2 days, 2.5 days, editing, scanning, editing, spotting. Every bloody bit of dust. The scanners, the Imicon scanners, brilliant, but it shows all the surface. And with this, I can kind of come back straight away, and I get about 10 variations in a shot. You've got to be careful you don't do too many, and also use it like a 5.4. Normally on the tripod, I don't go to the eyepiece. I've just got the like the ground glass screen. And that's important. I rely on the eye focus. It's amazing on this. It picks up on the eyes, and it's not fast, but once it gets it. And today, a couple of times, it wasn't doing it. Just then, I'm not sure what it is. I think if you've got a lot of backlight, this can be a problem.
Did you feel that you were trying to sort of emulate the 5.4 when you moved over the camera?
That's why I got that lens to get because what I wanted was a shallow depth of field. So it's the person, not the city. And there's a hint of the city, but I don't want it to be obvious, because I find that nowadays the kind of that's the other reason I'm doing black and white, is because there's so much confusion in pictures, unless you want that. But if you really want to focus on the person, having all of that confusion slightly out of focus and not in colour, so you don't have a colour challenge, it's just about the person. So the person's the kind of hero. And Mike would say as well, Mike's always kind of with me, he's talking to the people. I think we're getting better pictures. Would you say that, Mike?
Yeah.
I think we're getting much better pictures with using the digital, partly because I can get them to kind of change this. Also, in a crowd, the 5.4, I had to be quite a way back, slightly longer lens, and it was very hard. I had to take up a lot of the pavement. On this, I can be a little bit closer. I had to decide on the lens, because I was halfway through. I spent over 6 months on the 5.4. I thought it was going to be temporary, but I don't think it will be now. I think it's a kind of changeover. So I've got to change all my kind of... I've got to change this. Does this say it's a vintage plate camera?
I mean, the one thing that has been lost is that the plate camera itself was a draw. People would sort of be attracted to it because it was like an event on the street. Now we're much more sort of low-key, laid back, and the camera itself doesn't pull people in. I mean, it was like bees around a honeypot with the big plate camera. They would say, what the fuck is that? What you doing? All that kind of stuff. That doesn't happen now.
Especially I had to get higher on that, because I had the trolley. It's like I had a box, an old builder's box on wheels that I would climb up to get the height, because I'm looking down platform. And so you are above the crowd, and like during the Gay Pride march, I was at the front. There's all the press, but they all wanted to be photographed on this camera. And I think some of the press were getting a bit pissed off with me with this big, slow camera, and they wanted to get the Pride March going. We're right at the front, and people kept on almost queuing to be photographed. I was a bit worried, would it be different on the digital? But I think in the end, I can still, it fits my personality. I quite like talking to people, and a lot of it is the chat.
Photography projects are journeys. They evolve in different ways. And do you feel now you're still trying to get the 5.4 shot at the beginning?
I'm still trying to get the formality of. I'm still trying to get the formality of the 5.4.
As a backup for the end product, just because you're going to see a real. Or are you going to see a real transition in the types of pictures you're taking?
Not at all. I did a test. I was really undecided. So I borrowed one off Jonathan Ollie, a mate of mine, and just to see. And I did a test. I showed, because a lot of photographers say, "Oh, there's nothing like real film and stuff." I said, "Okay." And I put out 4 pictures. Two of them are on the 5.4, 2 of them are on this new camera. And I said, which? And they said, oh, it's obvious. That one and that one's 5.4. Wow. It wasn't. It was the quality of this camera is just wonderful. It's creamy. You don't, and I shoot it at slow shutter, so often I need to be on because there I was wedging myself in, but it's got one of these sensors that can, when you juggle in your hands, it stills the picture. That helps, but usually on a tripod. I'm shooting at 100 ASA, so it's kind of, I need to be on a tripod often.
What's the camera?
It's a Fuji 100 megapixel it's medium format.
Everybody's talking about that.
It's absolutely amazing.
We're more mobile with this. I mean,
Yeah.
we can move around more quickly.
Yeah.
We can switch locations much more quickly with this, and you can handhold this. Couldn't do that with the other one.
That's right.
It's interesting as well. It's almost affordable because, like, medium format digital 10 years ago was 30 grand or something.
But if you go to a shop, you pay $6 for the body. But if you just go, you look around online, you get it for less, 4,400 it was. And then the lenses, I got both lenses second hand, but like mint. And I've just, I actually haven't used the other one, which is a zoom. It's equivalent to a 24 to 50. Because I thought because I like this so much, I thought, well, I'd like to do, the quality is so nice.
What intrigues you about portraits? Because you, for a long time, did the white tent project, didn't
Yeah.
you? And that was very sort of isolated. It was white screen in a tent, and you were capturing. What were you capturing then?
I think with the white tent, you know, I was involved with the kind of like slightly wild side of Glastonbury, and I just wanted to kind of calm it down and get the people to pop out from the costumes, because everyone's going, men in dresses, kind of totally crazy. I thought, okay, the white tent will create a formality, and I think that was the same with the 5/4. And then I took the white tent, I did a thing for The Guardian for a while where I took the white tent to different places. Trouble with the white tent in Glastonbury is when everybody's kind of off their faces and you've got all this lighting equipment and it's raining, you end up like a shopkeeper. You know, so no more in here, please. And I had a bag full of drugs that people always took their jackets off and dropped their drugs. So I had this basket, help yourself, because everybody was, and it was hopeless for getting the stories because people, you know, you try to get them to say something and they had nothing to say because they're so off their faces. So it was a failure for a social documentation of the people's lives because they couldn't speak.
How important is the stories?
Oh, very. Yeah, really, really important. So this is where, you know, Mike's... I'm always moaning at Mike because I always want more, and I moan at his handwriting.
Hands are cold.
But the stories are so important, and what's good is having the email. I then have a dialogue afterwards, and I reckon only about 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 4 will get into the final thing. So a lot of them won't be used big. So that's an issue with the book. When I did the portraits, I did this book with Hoxton Mini Press on Miami Beach, where I did loads of portraits, and I did the same type of thing. Talk to people. I had a mate that talked to them as well. We had a real problem. Some of the stories were great, which took up a kind of half a page. Some people had nothing to say, and it's a real problem that. And for this set, sometimes it's a great picture, but they haven't really got a great story. So I think I'm always thinking about the book.
Well. Sometimes it's a great story.
Great story, rotten picture.
Wrong picture. Or not
Never a rotten picture.
Never a wrong picture.
But yeah, and it's so. I think in the book form, I think what I'm going to do is have enough border so there can be, if there's not much to say, there'll just be who and where, and often having pictures facing them, those ones, and then when someone's got something to say, there'll be the picture and a kind of lump of text facing. So that will also help create the rhythm of the book.
What's the project title?
Intersections. Yeah, it's intersections.
I mean, the interviewing, the text production has changed because when we first began, it was quite scripted. We had particular questions, specific areas that we would interrogate, would drill down with. In a way, it's more organic now. It's more free flowing now. We've moved away from those boxes, those categories that we were.
It was a lot more about London, wasn't it, at the beginning?
Why are you here? What do you feel about it? How does it change? Has it changed a lot in the short time or over the years you've been living it? All that kind of stuff.
What's it about
and we
now?
don't do that so much now.
No, it was starting to sound a little bit like a PR thing for London, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and they all say the same time, oh, we love it here, so different, multicultural, all of that stuff. Now it's much more about them, and that's harder to get, but people, it's that trust thing, isn't it? Just by once they say yes, look, there's a great picture.
Let's do it.
Those people with there. Let's try it. Let's go.
Go on, let's do it.
Let's go for that.
Who's he spotted? What's the van? What's the van? Going to get knocked over. Now he's running. He's spotted a couple with a pushchair. He's just run over to them with his camera, and we're following. Oh, we're walking down Fifth Street still.
Seriously,
Oh, they've got a Christmas tree in the pushchair.
everybody gets you get a picture, and it's just I just saw that's what caught my eye. I haven't got any kind of Christmas shots yet.
Okay.
No, that's cool.
If that's all right, and you keep that, so you've got to hide it somewhere. I'm Barry.
Hey Barry, I'm Alan.
Alan.
Aliona.
Aliona?
Yes.
This is Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you.
Hey Mike, I'm Alan.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Zek, who's happening. It's not.
Zek?
This isn't to do with it. It's just to do. He's doing a story on me
Right.
doing this.
Portrait, little project.
Yeah.
Do you want us to open up the...
No, it's perfect. You can obviously see you've been shopping. And what's your name?
We can't speak yet.
You can't speak yet.
Not yet.
So I'm just going to step back a
Well,
little
let's
bit.
do.
And Mike's got his notebook out, and they're just interacting with them. There's a baby,
Background. Just a simple.
a very young toddler, and
No, here is good, but just a little. I just don't want to get that.
a couple with a pushchair with a massive, well, not a massive Christmas tree, but with a Christmas tree stuck
So I can see the tree.
in front of it, and Barry's just talking to them and trying to arrange the photograph while Mike's sort of in the background taking notes and things like that. Gonna jump in.
I'm just getting the tripod out. Oh. There you go.
You're going to put it in the book or something?
Yeah. Well, I've already been offered an exhibition, but I'd like it as a book because then I can have little stories of people. Because it's about London and the people. Because London's about the people.
Yeah. It's just so colourful, right?
Yeah. But it's black and white pictures.
Yeah. Timeless. That's timeless.
Oh, right. Let's have a look. Gosh, it could be like an advert for M&S. There's a big M&S sign on.
Shall we turn a little bit?
I'll leave it.
It's all right. I can always retouch the M&S out. Actually, that's better the other way because that looks just kind of crisp.
Rearranging the bag because I had Marks and Spencer's on.
Then I
the
can't.
front.
If there's a word it catches. Now I'm going to have to do horizontal. Give me 1 sec. Let's change the.
No, it's going to be L-E.
Mike's getting some personal information there, so I'll keep away.
Right. Let's get that. So I'm just changing my. I don't normally do horizontals, but this has got to be a horizontal picture. Here we go.
Screen use. Tripod mount together.
And 100 ASA. In focus. Right. I'm going to get. Sorry. That's lovely. Sorry to be. I'm always apologising. That's nice. Hello. Let's get you all in. Oh, that's lovely. So, I'm sorry to be a nuisance. I'll come down. Oh! Sorry?
Ren being picked up.
What?
Ren was being held. The child
No, she looks good like that.
That's the reality, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. That's it. Look at this, all looking this way.
Is it just going to be kind of blind bidding?
Exactly. So I mean, just in the interest of fairness, like if I had a little...
Look, can you see the frog?
My colleagues have
You see the frog?
to talk, so it's just...
And if you're all looking straight to camera, please. Sorry. Have your hat back a little. Just sorry. It's just the shadow was a bit much on your eyes. That's it. That's perfect. Perfect.
Right, nice to meet you both. Ta-da.
If you all come that way and in, push the pram. It's just so she's not so close to the side. I don't want any. Okay. Never photograph
Animals and kids, right?
The little one's having a bit of a...
I'll do that's easier. I'll go in a bit closer.
The child's
Sorry.
having a little bit of a fit.
That's it.
Barry's moving in closer. Mum's
I'm
got a
going
hold
to
of
take it
the
off the tripod because
baby
that's
now.
nice. I'll get you all in. Let me just push that down. Can you see the frog? Look, here's the frog. Okay, one not quite so smart. That's it. Good, that's nice. Oh, I'm just getting fire escape keep clear. That's all right. No, come forward a fraction. That's good. I'm just going to get that out of the shot. Perfect. Sorry to be a nuisance. Nothing's coming, is it? So many times I get run down.
I've got your back.
Hello, look. As you can. Oh. Try standing. Actually, that's nice. Hello, frog. I'll just check we're all right. Does that do your back in?
So Barry's now showing them the pictures.
What's that way?
Oh, that was nice before.
That's a nice one. That's a lovely picture. Sorry, you can't see. Look. Who's that? That's a lovely picture.
He's happy.
Oh, you've got a lovely laugh. Oh, I like that one. It's hard work, isn't it? I've got 4.
Oh my God! It's like I just 4, 1, and it's. I mean, we work it, and it's kind
It's
of
hard work. No one knows until you do it.
And I was like, I actually went back to work when he was 4 months. I was like, I can't be a mom, like a full time.
Look at this. Here's the frog.
Yeah, look.
So Barry's still interacting with the family, and Mike's taking all the details, getting some storylines, just getting some quotes and stuff like that, while Barry just entertains them. I think there's a nice interaction there, and I think he obviously cares deeply about his interactions with the public as well. I think, as he said, this camera's given him a much more of a freedom to interact with his subject.
He's still in the belly. You need to sign for
That's
the nursery.
2 this month, just before Christmas. So we found some Christmas.
So I'm going to leave those two with the family. It's really interesting seeing Barry working, and he's on the front line. He's out on the streets making a project, following his ideas, his dreams. He's a photographer, he's hungry to take pictures. And it's amazing and really interesting to see how other photographers work. And we're all similar. We all really like to interact with people. It's really interesting. And it's been a real privilege being a neutral, watching another photographer work. I love doing this. I love watching other people working with the same aspirations and ambitions and ideas and energy to create things and do things and photograph people and places, and long may it continue.
Yeah, we've got a card. I'm sorry, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All the notes,
I'll send you the pictures within a week. And you've got the card. No, if you don't get them, because they're all in black and white, so there's colour, so I think it looks good in black.
How do you think that went?
How would I think of it? One, I was a bit surprised that Barry picked them, because they weren't, for me, an obvious portrait subject, but I think it's going to work. They were very responsive. They're very easy to be spoken to, and they were very happy to give out information. Nothing dramatic there. They're just here on a Christmas shopping trip from Tottenham. What's interesting is that is the sort of the cultural mix. She's from Belarus, he's from Hong Kong, he's been here 40 years, she's been here 15 years, and they seem very relaxed and very comfortable. And it's nice to get a family pic. We did some back in the summer during the Jubilee celebrations, but we haven't really done any families since then. And Christmas time is an obvious time. And this one's kind of been waiting to happen, that we were out on the streets near Christmas and we've got a family, which is good. And they've got a Christmas tree. And what's not to like?
And I can see Barry's got a real connection now with them. He's really having a deep conversation with the woman.
Well, there's a shared background interest there. That Barry's done film work. She's working in the cartoon industry with Warner Brothers, so there's a connection there.
The husband's looking bored now.
He is, and he's probably looking cold as well. They've done the shopping.
How long does each shoot normally take like this? It depends how long Barry gets in with them.
There's a couple of things. One is whether the people are in a desperate hurry to keep going because they're on their way somewhere, and maybe they're cold, maybe they're hungry, they've got a child who's probably had all that he can take. The shoot itself takes about 5 minutes. The interview, this chat it's not untypical.
What have you got? What details did you get?
I've got their approximately where they're from, where they're living now, why they're here, what they do professionally. Neither of them are born in the UK, so I've got the number of years in the UK. I think that's pretty much it, really. There's nothing there that suggested I should sort of drill down any further. There's no sort of, unusual journey to here. It seems fairly conventional, other than the fact that neither of them were born in the UK. But they obviously come together, they're very comfortable, they've built a life here, they've got a family, and they're out here Christmas shopping. There was earlier this morning, we did someone who, how can I put it, had a really rough ride. He had a drink problem, had been homeless, had been thrown out by his wife, was divorced. At the same time, he's also a musician. He'd been in a mental institution, somehow rehabilitated himself. You get that kind of rich mix of stuff, but not here. This is a conventional family to a point. So there was sometimes you get people who just want to, just can't. They say, "I've got things to tell you. I'm not going to tell you," and you fill up, you fill your notebook. Other people, you think there's not much worth. There isn't much really. There's no point in continuing to drill down because you've got pretty much what they're going to tell you.
I can't get enough.
I don't know what Barry's on about now, but I think you just have to let her go because the kids are getting a bit restless.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but they're being very good.
Evenings, washing, sleeping.
I'm not sure whether I should be getting this stuff down. I'm going to
Thank you so much.
Very, very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
If you need to do editor,
nice to meet you. Sorry we didn't have a chance to chat.
No. You've got my email.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Good day.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tell them to keep them on. Good boy. Have to be good boys today.
Be naughty today. Be naughty.
That's a
Give your parents a hard time.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Success?
That was a nice picture.
You did.
Yeah, one of them
were you
really
back the whole
nice.
time? Did you? Because you got. When I saw it on the screen, you seemed to have a lot of background.
Because I needed the background on the. There's one where it's all falling apart. Hang on.
What, with a kid?
I quite like that one. I'd probably crop it a bit.
Yeah.
But I think that one's a bit boring.
You didn't do any sort of mid shots. That's all kind of full length shots with a lot of background.
Yeah.
I can't really tell from the faces. I need to get my glasses on.
I didn't do that many pictures actually. Well, I did that for title shot.
There's a close up, yeah.
But I think I like the fact that the kid, you got his name, didn't you?
Yeah, it's Ren.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's trying to escape all the time.
Yeah, I got
and that's
that's good. I like that. I saw that. I mean,
so they're trying to pose, and he's
pulling away.
He's pulling away.
Thankfully, he didn't get away. Yeah, no, that's good. That works. I can see why he did that.
Success.
Great.
Right.
Well, I'm going to leave you two boys. Well done.
Nice to meet you.
I'm well impressed.
Well, tell me what.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Nice
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Let him go.
Where are you going to?